Hi, I'm Shelley Ward, and I'm going to put on my TruAura Clean Color Makeup for you. Now, we just came out with Perfect Liquid Foundation, and I've done all my TruAura skincare, including my anti-aging treatments this morning, and I'm going to now do my last step, which is the TruAura Day Lotion. So I'm going to put that on my skin right before I put on my, my new Perfect Liquid Foundation, because it is a great base. This is of course, silicone-free moisturizer, and our foundation is a water base. So you want to make sure you use a great primer for your foundation, like our day lotion, which is a silicone-free lotion. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a lighter shade of the foundation. I'm going to use that for concealer. So dark under eye circles, any lines of demarcation, and I'm using the TruAura little baby blender. We have the little beauty blender sponges now, which are just awesome. You add a little bit of water to them and they expand by twice the size. So we have a larger one that you'll see in a moment me use for my foundation color, but right now I'm just getting all these darker spots where normally I would use a concealer. I'm using the lighter shade of Perfect Liquid Foundation to conceal. So I have lots of little spots and I just know exactly where they're at because I do this every day. So just pat with a wrung out beauty blender sponge. Again, you just put it under water, let it expand, and then wring it out, and it's ready to go. That way it doesn't absorb all of your foundation, right? So you just pat, and blend in the concealer so you can see how I've evened out my skin tones with the dark areas, and I put it right over my foundation because then it will just lay on the skin perfectly, okay? Now I like to, whoop, there goes my beauty blender. Good thing I was done with that. So here is, I have too much on my hand. It just takes a little drop of foundation. And my color is nude. So this is my color. I'm gonna put just a little bit. It doesn't take too much. I found that I was really using too much when the foundation came out just a few weeks ago. I was using too much. That was the thing. So just a little bit and dot it on your forehead, nose, and cheek for maximum coverage. And then remember, I just put the moisturizer on, excuse me, and blend with your fingertips. And then this is the color that matches me. To find your color, you want to put it right here on your jawline and make sure that it matches with your neck, rather than trying the color like on your wrist. A lot of people want to put it right here on your wrist, but that's not where you wear your foundation. You wear it right on your face. So you want to make sure it matches with your neck. So you just blend it out for maximum coverage with your fingertips. And then you use a damp beauty blender sponge. So this is our TruAura Beauty Blender shaped sponges. This is what they look like new. And this is my sponge that's well used, of course. And then you just, after dampening it with water, wringing it out, then you get a real airbrushed finish by just bouncing it across your skin. Okay? And then I also finish with the Perfect Powder Foundation. And I find that the Perfect Powder Foundation is a great eyeshadow primer. So you're going to see in a minute how I do that. So there you go. So now you're all one color and ready for your contouring with shadow, blush, bronzer. So next thing I'm going to do is take my Perfect Powder Foundation, and I'm using the TruAura brushes, which I love. So you see how they're all rounded. This is the powder brush. They give you a really nice finish, and they are Taklon, which means they are synthetic bristles, so they lay down the powder really nicely. No bacteria builds up like it would in natural bristle brushes. So it's great to have the tack on. I put quite a bit right there, right on my eyelid, just to even it out, and it makes a great primer for my shadow. My shadow will stay on all day. So there you have it. So you get a really nice matte finish. Then the next thing I do is I take my quad bronzer, because I like my bronzer to kind of come out from under the other color. So I take the highlighter. So this bronzer is awesome. It has 3 darker colors and 1 highlighter color. So here's how I use it. I put the highlighter just above where my blush is going to go. So that's how you highlight. You put where the sun hits your face, right there above your blush, and then the blush goes over that. For me, then the blush just kind of shines through and it looks like a natural glow. So you can also use the highlighter, forehead, nose, chin. Now the darker colors, if you're contouring, this is a basic contour. For me, because my skin's not real dark, I use these two, and I just go across both of them, and I start here, and you make a 3. Shape of a 3, okay? So what that's gonna do is create depth. I have a real square face, so when you put dark here, it makes that go in. Highlight brings out. Darker colors make the color look deeper, so, or the, cast a shadow, so it makes it look like there's depth there. So you wanna, for a general rule, use the darker colors on a bronzer like the shape of a 3. See how that gives a crease? It makes like a crease there, contours the shape of your face. And then I'm going to take my angle brush, and these are the TruAura brushes, and see how that's angled yet rounded. These are all my demos. I put them in this magnetic tray. Of course, they come in compacts like you just saw. So I'm going to take, this is just a quickie. I use this color a lot, the rouge. So I'm going to take the lighter color, and I'm going to do right from my temple down to my cheekbone, circular motions. See how that is? And then that lifts my face up. You don't want to go lower than your nose, horizontal line across from your nose. You don't want to come further inside than the halfway mark of your eye with your blush. So just a little bit from the cheekbone up the temple to lift the face. Okay, and if you need to blend it out, which these blushes are really nice and smooth, and these brushes lay down the color perfectly, really, I really rarely need to blend it out, but it looks like the left side's a little bit darker than the right, at least looking in the camera here. So you take a clean makeup sponge and just lightly blend so there's no lines of demarcation with your blush color. Okay, I need brows really bad, really bad. So I'm gonna take our eyeshadow. This brown in this eyeshadow compact works quite well for my eyebrows. So I'm going to do that in this mirror so I can see what I'm doing a little bit. I'm just taking a little sponge end applicator, and then I'm going to blend it out. And I'm just going to make an eyebrow using short strokes and extending it all the way across so it frames my eye. So we have several colors of brown that work perfectly for matching any eyebrow color. Maybe the coffee shop compact has a closer brown for you, but you can see how having an eyebrow and not makes a huge difference. Now I like to, here's a little tip, I like to use a mascara wand, a demo mascara wand, to brush out the color, the powder, which makes it look more natural. Okay, so let me do the other side real quick. So jealous of everyone who still has nice thick eyebrows. Always have a Q-tip handy for any any mess ups too, especially when we get to mascara. Couple little tips and tricks. But this is a great color here that matches a good, you know, a brunette person that needs a little fill in for eyebrows. Went outside of the line a little bit there. So really love to use a demo mascara wand to brush through what eyebrow hair I do have and make them look more natural. Okay, so now we're going to move to eyeshadow. So I'm going to take, and I'm going to use the angular brush, fluffy brush in our brush set, and I'm going to use these three colors here, the grays, and I'm going to go with the middle color because that's really the transition color. That's the color that is going to blend them all together. And you want to imagine a line from the corner of your eye to the corner of your eyebrow. And you find that line by taking a pencil and going corner of your nose, corner of your eye, and then that's where the eyebrow ends. So you don't want the shadow color coming further out, which makes your face look droopy, okay? So what I do is start right there in the crease of the eye, and with circular motions, add that middle color and then just go back and forth like a windshield wiper move and put the transition color, the middle color on first. Make sense? Okay, so let me look in the mirror here, do the other side. Circles in that outer corner. And the reason we start in the outer corner is because we want the most depth of color to be here, not here. If you started here, you'd have a big dark color here. You want it right here in the outer corner, right? So circle, windshield wiper, and this is the medium color, and I go all the way up, not quite to the eyebrow, and then down as well, because you're putting a light coat of the medium color all over, not quite to the top, because we're going to highlight that. And then now I am going to do with the little short brush, there you go, you can see how they're all rounded, they're really nice brushes. I'm going to do the light color. This is the highlighter color. So I'm going to put a little bit of that on, and you're going to highlight the shape of the brow by just putting that right under the brow. Okay, see how that does? And both sides. And then also you want to highlight in the inner corner of your eye. So right there in the corner, and then bring it across. In the inside corner, you want that light highlight. Bring it across, and now what I do is I do my contour color back to the this brush, which makes contouring super duper simple, because see how it comes to a point and then it's rounded on the edges. It can make contouring so super easy. So you're going to use the darkest color if you're really, now this is good. I mean, I could go with my eyeshadow like this, but I'm just showing you how to use all three colors. And I typically use all three because you can put them on pretty quickly. So I put the darkest color, and then your contour color goes right from the outer corner across toward your eye. So you see how that creates that depth. Remember, dark creates depth. So see how that makes the eye look more open? It creates depth there. So in the outer, right where the crease is, and my eyes are kind of hooded, so I'm making them look more open by starting on the outside. So you're using the contouring color, the darkest color, again, just tapping your brush on that, and then placing it where you want it in the outer corner. So the most depth of color is in the outside corner, and moving it toward your nose, okay? And then you can also bring it down to the lashes there. And then just to blend all of the colors together, you can just go back and forth, windshield wiper mode again. And if the color's too dark, if you want to lighten it up a little bit, you simply take the edge of a clean makeup sponge, and the edge of the clean makeup sponge, you just go like this and just tone it down, okay? There you go. Contoured eyeshadow with all three colors. Now, mascara, our revitalizing or lash enhancing, I should say, mascara by TruAura is awesome. It creates a perfect environment for lash growth. So I'm going to get in a close-up mirror here, and we have a wand that bends. So you can see, you can take it out and you bend the wand for whatever angle works best for you to put your eyeshadow on. So you want to start at the base of the lashes and then work your way up. Now this mascara is really a wet formula, which I really like. Okay. I just got a little bit over me on my outside edge here, but I'm going to fix it with a Q-tip in a second. Super easy. I like to get that first coat on there really wet at the base of the lashes to create that depth there, and then fix it right away with a Q-tip. You can just wipe it right clean. Any of the area that you goof up. And then boom, you're fixed. So I'm going to do the other side, bending the mascara wand so that's that right angle that I can get in there and get in the base of the lashes first. And kind of just put it up in there and just wiggle it around so that you really get a good coat at the base, so that that makes your eyelashes look thicker and longer. And this is a really great building